Holy crap. Adele. I know this is old news, but have you guys seen all the weight that she's lost? She looks wonderful, man. She looks beautiful. But what the hell is she doing losing weight? Oh, my hair looks awful. I'm sorry, you guys got to look at this right now. But, yeah, dude. It's a weird thing, right? It's a weird thing. There is this... It's always been something that I've been, like, hesitant to really talk about. But it's something that does kind of... It pops up often enough where I ramble about it a little bit inside of my head. It's a weird thing. You see somebody lose all this weight, right? You see someone work their ass off. You got to think, losing weight is not easy. Like, every time I lose like 20 pounds, I hold a 20-pound weight in my hand and I get on the scale. I get on the scale before I grab it, and then I grab it and I get on the scale for a few reasons. Just to watch that scale move up 20 pounds and to feel that weight on my body, right? And I know it's like evenly displaced throughout your body, but I still like to feel that weight in my hands. And it's like a reminder in my head, like, yo, you were that fat, bro. Like, you were that unhealthy. And then I start thinking about my heart, my lungs, everything in my body that has to work 18 times harder, 20 times harder because I'm that fat. I assaulted my body. Like, literally, when you're overweight and you're obese, that it's single-handedly the worst thing you could possibly do for yourself. And it's something it's never talked about. It's never talked about, and it's so strange. I mean, every single issue that somebody has in their life when you're talking about health can possibly stem from being obese. I mean, every single thing, mental health especially. There's studies coming out all the time where they're starting to show that the gut biome in your gut, where food is broken down and where chemicals are released, can be a direct link to depression. It's literally linked to your brain. Not a scientist. I could be making false claims. But there's studies coming out showing that anxiety, the food that you put in your body, the sugar that you put in your body, the unnatural sugars that you put in your body, consuming drinks, sugar drinks, alcohol drinks, it's the worst thing you could do for your body. You are this walking planet, right? If you look at your body as a planet, right? And there's animals, there's organisms living in your body. Well, if you just fucking let off gas in your entire body all day long, you're going to pollute your body. And the organisms are going to function, right? They're going to function, but they're not going to function at an elite level. They're going to function at a very bad level, like a very lame level, a level that they're not going to live as long. They're going to be a lot more angry. They're not going to respect your body because it's the earth, or your body in this case, is not taking care of the community. And it's so strange to see celebrities lose weight and to watch the public's reaction. I don't know what it is. But within the last 5 years, there's been a huge community to push this fucked up message, essentially, that being fat is I don't want to say okay, but being fat should be accepted, right? I'm not saying fat shouldn't be accepted. It should be accepted. But it shouldn't be accepted, and something should be done, right? Being fat and just kind of saying I'm fat, it's not good for anybody. It's not good for society. Like, if you want to break it down, you want to look at like the economic cost. Obesity is going to increase healthcare because everyone's going to have to go. It's going to be more expensive. You're going to be dying earlier. You're going to have heart attacks. You know, there's a lot of negative side effects that come with it. And it's not good. Like, being fat is not good. And it's weird because, like, within like the past 5 years, there's this message to just say it's okay to be fat. And if you're fat, like, you shouldn't have to change it. You shouldn't have to change it. And it's weird because it closely coincides with. And the reason why I speak on this so much is because I've been fat so many times, and I know the feeling that it is. It is such a weird feeling. Like, you think it's totally okay. You think it's okay 99.99% of the time that you're fat, but for the 0.10% of the time that you are fat, it blows the 99.99% out of the water. You hate yourself. Like, I don't think people realize you hate yourself. You feel useless. Like, you can hear yourself breathing in between your ears. Like, you can't walk that well. You cannot run. There's so many things that you subconsciously aren't aware of, but the moment you have that clarity, the moment you feel like, holy shit, there it is. Like, I feel it now. I can feel my belly. Oh my God, I got to wear tight clothing. Boom. That's the 0.01% where you're like, holy shit, that's not, I hate myself. It's so much easier to hate yourself when you're fat, right? Because that blindfold eventually comes up, and you look at yourself in the mirror, right? You look at yourself in the mirror, and it's all over. Then everything falls apart. And this is my experience, and I may just be the more extreme end of the spectrum, but my experience is that exactly. Like, it just doesn't feel good. And there's just been this community. I'm always looking for new podcasts. I'm always looking up new podcasts. So I like to support small podcasts because I'm a small podcast and I want to help as many people as I can. And I run across these podcasts where it's a fat community. And you can see these people and they all look so happy. But it sucks. It sucks knowing that. And I sound like such an asshole. And I know I shouldn't be talking about other people. But I think this is something that needs to be addressed. It's something that needs to be addressed. Being healthy should be the goal. And it shouldn't be, if you're in really good shape, people hate that. It's so weird. If you have a six-pack, people automatically assume you're an asshole. Or not even six-pack, but if you just look like you work out, people assume you're egotistical, you're selfish, you think you're better than everybody, and you're a piece of shit. And none of that's true. It's like when you see someone in shape, although it could be true, but it could also be true if someone's not in shape, it's the ultimate sense of love for yourself. And in a weird way, abstractly, it's also the ultimate way to say that you love your future self. And that future self could be a family. That future self could be your wife. And that future self could be your extended family. And that future self could be the person that is there for the family in the long run, and it is always there, because they're not going to be dying of a heart attack at the age of 40. You know, they're not going to be stroking out because they're taking care of themselves. It's a selfless manner in a weird, strange way. So when you see these communities out there where it's a support group for obesity, like, you wouldn't have a support group, like, you wouldn't try to influence people to be an alcoholic, right? Like, look, you would never, if someone's an alcoholic, you would want them to get in AA and to stop drinking. You would never want an alcoholic to find more people to be an alcoholic with. Like, you would not want them to have a support group to just, like, if I'm an alcoholic, I wouldn't want to go to a club or a group of people where everybody's just passing shots of Jaeger and everyone, Jaeger bomb, and everyone, you can tell I only drink White Claw. And if you are a heroin addict, you wouldn't want people to get together and just share their new supplier of heroin. Like, you wouldn't want that. And you got to realize this obesity is that. It is an addiction. There's something deeper. When you see someone overweight, there's something deeper. That's where the connection needs to be. That's where the help needs to be. That's where the support needs to come from. The trauma. When someone's overweight, there's trauma. And they may not know what it is. But there has to be a collective helping of being fat and trying to figure out what it is and learn to love yourself. But you also got to drop that weight too. Because, look, if you are learning to love yourself, it's not going to be 100% of the time where you see yourself and you're going to love yourself. And that 1% of that 100%, when you see yourself, and if you're someone who is overweight, there's many observations you can make. And this is judging, but this is just what I think. There's many observations you can make when someone's overweight. There's trauma. There's a level of self-hatred. I can agree with that. I hate myself when I'm overweight. And that's why I get fatter, because I continue to eat, because it's my path to suicide rather than someone else's path to suicide. That's my path of hatred, is to overeat and kill my body, kill my organs. I want to feel like shit. I want to hate myself. I don't do pills. I won't drink, but I will eat everything, and I will make sure people see me eat, and I'll also make sure nobody sees me eat. But when I'm out, I'll eat everything. I'll be the funny kid who eats everything, right? There's a level of self-hatred. There's a level of shame. There's a level of trauma. And those are the 3 points that need to be addressed. And it's so sad and sickening to see that being fat is considered to be a great thing. It's not considered to be a great thing. It's really not. And it's so weird, because I'm sitting here talking about it, and I know that so many people are going to hear this and hate that I'm saying this, but it's so weird to me, because nobody wants to be fat. Nobody wants to be 400 pounds and not be able to walk. And nobody wants their kid to say, hey, Dad, you want to play catch with me? Hey, Mom, can we go on a jog? And you look at them and say, I can't, because I can't get my leg up a step. You know, nobody wants to say that, but people fucking want to say that they want to turn their eyes and say it's okay. It's okay. It's not, man. It's not. And this is a podcast where you guys can see that. I mean, I was playing Call of Duty, being a hypocrite, and I had to get on the mic and I had to talk about this. One of the reasons why I love having a podcast is because I can talk about things that I'm passionate about. And one thing that I'm passionate about is teaching people to love themselves by not accepting the person that they are becoming, and work for the person that they want to become. There's a big difference between that. There's a big difference between being the person that you are becoming and being the person that you want to become. You could become a person that you never wanted to be, and that's atrocious. That is sad. That is where depression sits in. That's where anxiety sits in, because you're constantly like, holy fuck, this isn't me, you know, like that. And it's a topic that I get upset with, because you hear it's so socially acceptable to hear jokes about it, you know? And it's like, there's a time and place for it. But when there's not a time and place for it, is to have a community where everyone's telling each other it's okay to be fat. And when you try to help somebody, you become the enemy. It's automatically the sense of, oh, you think you're better than us. It's like, no, I don't think that. I don't think I'm better than you. But you ask me for my help. I tell you what to do. And I'm the enemy. And it's so weird. The weight loss community is fucking weird. There's like teams. It's like Republicans versus Democrats. It's like keto versus non-keto. It's like vegans versus carnivore diet. Whatever it is. So I would say, I'll be the first one to say, there's a level of not superstitious, but I'm better than everybody else. This is how you should lose weight. Not like that. Those people are crazy. There's no science backing those people. What the fuck? It's not that hard. Calorie surplus means you put on weight. Calorie deficit means you lose weight. You know, then you could throw in like micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals. But at the end of the day, if you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. And I don't know. I saw the picture of Adele come out, and I came out, and I'm sure you guys saw it. And there was backlash for it, man. People are saying shit like, her losing weight. I don't want, like, she's representing that you can't love yourself when you're fat, but you can love yourself when you're skinny. And I don't want that, and they don't want that to be the message. Guess what? That is the message. That is the fucking message. Because when you do lose weight, yeah, it's cool. It's great. It's great. It's awesome. But you get this sense of pride that you've never felt before. I'm telling you, man, if you put in 4 months for a diet and you're trying to lose 20 pounds, dude, when that 4 months is up, and you can get on this scale and you're down 21 pounds, It's game over. It's game over. The level you feel, the feeling you get inside of your body, it's indescribable. You cannot describe it. And it's sad that it's gotten to a point now where people like Adele, who are she's incredible. She's one of the best singers of all time. I would say she has the best voice of all time, at least one of them. She's all about women empowerment, right? She's great in that category. She's the most normal celebrity, it looks like. She drops like Rolling in the Deep, which is like one of the best albums of all time. And then she just like pops out away from the public eye for a long time. She wins like all the Grammys, like 3 Grammys, and then she's gone. She has to give half her money to her fiance, during the divorce case. And then she goes and loses weight, and she gets bashed for losing weight. She gets bashed for taking care of herself, for doing something that is for her and for her family. I don't know if she has kids, but for the family in the future, but mostly for herself, to gain a level of confidence. And people are telling her that she's setting, this is what kills me, an unattainable beauty standard. Well, what the fuck does that mean? I understand Photoshop. I understand all that good stuff, whatever, cool, magazines, Instagram filters, I get it. That's for a different topic, though. But unattainable physique? When you say unattainable physique, the only reason why that phrase even makes sense is because you're comparing it to a physique that you have seen. You've seen with your own eyes. You go to the beach, you see people with physiques that are incredible. But now that becomes unattainable. Why? Because you're too lazy to get to that physique. It is absolutely attainable, but with a little bit of work and a little bit of discipline. But you won't do it because it's a mirror of yourself, of your fault, of your pitfalls, of your failures, and that's something that it's disgusting. It's disgusting to hear people say it's unattainable. And I understand what they're saying. I get what they're saying, that you have people who are in incredible shape, the best shape. They have a 6-pack. And I agree, it's unattainable to hold that physique for a long time. And I guess some people don't realize that having a 6-pack, like a shredded 6-pack, is usually only around for a photo shoot, and then it goes away. Like it's still a 6-pack, but not veiny. 6-pack, just a 6-pack. I think maybe people don't understand that, which that's something you got to take into consideration. Some people don't understand how your body can get in shape, and it doesn't stay like that for a long time. It's just like that for a moment of time. But to say that someone is an unattainable physique is you're failing. You're failing. So maybe that is unattainable, but something less than obesity is attainable. And it was just so weird to see. And I understand it's we live in not as much. Coronavirus has really helped with this, but everything was and is still very PC. It's a lot less PC now, but that's one I have never budged on. I've budged on a lot of my views, thank God, because I know I was very arrogant I was very arrogant on so many things, and I was ignorant on so many things also. And I think I've done better with that. But the one thing that I struggle, I don't know if I struggle, I think I'm proud of it. And the one thing that I don't budge on is this idea that being fat is okay, and that you should love yourself. Like, you should love yourself. You should love yourself. But the fact that you can't see your dick when you pee is that right there is a sign that you don't love yourself. And by using the words love yourself, you can't see your wiener, whatever, cool. You can't walk up steps without breathing hard. Love yourself. Because of that, you're never gonna, it's a sign of insanity. You're never gonna love yourself. You're never gonna love yourself, because in order for someone to get that big and that unhealthy, you hate yourself. I'm sorry. And I know this is a podcast that will get people angry with me, but I am okay with that, because this is something that believe in wholeheartedly that it's something that has to be preached and has to be said to people, that being fat is it's more than just a weight. There's trauma, there's self-hatred, it's a slow suicide. That's what it is, because you're shutting down your organs. It's like an extremely slow heroin release, right? And then you have a heart attack, and it's like, oh, he died of a heart attack, or she died of a heart attack. No. They died of 30 to 40, 50 years of hating, of punishing their body, of putting nonsense into the body. And, I think there is something to be said about people just not understanding, just people not really knowing what to eat and what to put into their body and how to take care of themselves. And I can understand that. And especially if you come up in a poorer area, it's not something that's pushed. Like, health is not pushed. But just a few things though. Just drink a lot of water. At least walk 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. That's probably how long it takes you to wake up, think about your day, and get out of bed. Or that's like a poop on the toilet with your Instagram out and just going through whatever, all your notifications and whatnot. Just take 20 minutes out of the day to walk. Drink a lot of water. Stay off of fat is beautiful communities, because that's just going to keep you in a rut, and you're going to feel a sense of guilt too once you start losing weight. And that's and when you eat whole foods, when you eat protein, eat red meat. It's fine. It's not going to cause cancer. Bullshit. Everyone who says that's a fucking idiot. Red meat's not going to cause cancer. You're fine. Eat red meat. And once again, not a trained professional, so I don't know. Don't listen to me. But that's just what I say. Keep dairy to a minimum. Keep simple carbs to a minimum. Have some carbs though. Just don't eat bread. Maybe have some rice, a little bit of pasta, fruits. Not too many fruits. You don't want too much sugar. Vegetables. Just live a healthy life, right? Don't ever get content with it. Something you got to fight and work on, especially in this country where everything is so easy. Even during coronavirus, everything's shut down and the economy is failing. Dude, even during the coronavirus, we can Postmate food to our house. You still don't look. Before coronavirus, you didn't have to leave to survive. You still don't have to leave your house to survive. That's crazy. Any other time period before like 200 years ago, it would have been utter chaos. It would have been chaos. It would have been people breaking in everyone's house. Nothing would have got done. There would have been no planes. There would have been no trains. Everything would have never happened. They probably would also never shut down the economy. But assuming that they would shut down the economy, it would be utter chaos. And it's not like that anymore. And it's even during coronavirus, it's so easy to do nothing. It's actually easier now to be unhealthy. I don't know. It's just something that it does get to me. It gets to me because it's the wrong path. It's not the healthy path. It's the path that seems like you're taking a moral high ground on, but it's a delayed self-punishment to your heart and to your organs, and it's sad. And to see Adele lose all this weight, she should be praised for that, right? She should be. Maybe not even praised, but she shouldn't be shamed for like being a fat person at one point and, oh, you think you're better than us, or now you're sharing this unattainable physique to all these young women out there and young men out there, that they have to lose weight to have acceptance in the world, or they have to lose weight to get a job, or they have to be skinny to do blah, 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 blah. By the way, she just looks healthy, not skinny. Those are fucking losers. Like, you don't need those people in your life. Anybody who says that, get them out. Like, you don't need those people. Like, those are bad people. Those are lost souls. And you can feel bad for them, but they're lost souls. And at the end of the day, I guess it's true. That being fat makes your life harder. I didn't set the beauty standards. You didn't set the beauty standards. It's a societal collection of an opinion, an agreed upon opinion of what beauty is. And what beauty is, most people, if you put up a girl who's beautiful, but she's overweight versus a girl who's beautiful, and she's in shape, I don't know. 70 out of 100 guys would choose the beautiful and in shape girl. Same thing with the other way. And this is what trips me the fuck out. This trips me out when girls love to say how fat is beautiful. Dude, if if you're a guy and you say that shit, your friends, by the way, your friends, if they don't say anything to you, if you start running your mouth like fat's beautiful, I want to be fat, let me be fat, oh my god, I want to be fat. Like if you say that to all your friends, like fuck you, I'm fat, I am beautiful. Well, first of all, if they don't befriend you, they were never your friend. And you just never, it doesn't work the other way. It doesn't work the other way. No girl was a fat guy. I mean, maybe, but they don't. The hypocrisy is hilarious. Like the common stereotype, the common hilarious thing is you see a very fat girl dating a super skinny guy. Like the hypocrisy is hilarious. It's hilarious. A guy cannot be overweight. They get trashed by their guy friends. Nobody ever dates them. Like for a guy, you gotta be in shape. Like you can't even be skinny. Like you gotta be in shape. And it's like, well, it's not. It may be weird. You may want it to be the other way, but that's just biology. Like that's just biology. That's what people are attracted to. Like guys are attracted to women who have hips and have their I guess not sturdy, but they're round and they're luscious, right? And they look like they could produce a family. And girls want a guy who looks like they can protect them, And I didn't make up those rules. Evolution made up those rules. Survival made up those rules. And to act like that's not what it is arrogance at a whole nother level. But it is funny though. If I have a guy friend and he's telling me how he just wants to be fat, I look at him and be like, hey man, you don't want that. Why are you saying that? You okay? Like, that's not what you want. You want to be in shape. Because in 5 years they're not going to talk to any girls. They're not going to like themselves. They're probably going to quit their job, and it's just not something that's good. Doesn't lead to anything good. And I hope I don't get completely trashed for this podcast episode. And I know this podcast episode is super short. It's only like 30 minutes long. But it's something that I think I had to stay on one subject. And I know I talked about it for 30 minutes. But I had to stay on one subject because I think it's that important. I think it's that important. And I may be the asshole who's saying, like, lose weight. But I don't think so. Look, every time I lost weight, I was mad at people who were making it sound like it was so easy. And I didn't like the idea that people were saying that all you have to do is this. I hated that. But when I did it, and when I lost the weight, I didn't hate those people. I love that I felt that way of, yeah, you think it's that simple. Because I needed that. I needed that kick in the rear end to lose the weight. And I think it's something that a lot of people need. Like you can be fat and you can love yourself, but the moment you don't love yourself, it's chaos. And it raises every issue. Blood pressure, your heart your heart has less ability to pump blood. Stroke goes up, injury goes up, bone density goes down. So you increase the risk of skeletal damage. If you need a surgery, it's harder for the surgeon to do it. I've heard so many times, like at the gym and just out in the public and at the restaurant, of people, saying that they need hip surgery, but they can't get hip surgery because of their weight. It's like, well, let's make sure that that's not something that you have to worry about for hip surgery. I've heard it so many times being a server at a restaurant of hearing, you put down food in front of somebody who is very overweight and it becomes like a laughing matter. And I feel terrible for them. Because they've taken on this image of, I'm the fat guy, everyone laugh at me. And being a former overweight person, I can feel, and I still have that addiction in me. If I start eating bad, that's why I have to be on keto, because I can't bend the rules. There's no bending of rules. I will bend the rules to fit my narrative. And because I don't know what it is, but I struggle maintaining weight. And that's something I can philosophize on. I should probably think about, meditate on for a while. But I've served food so many times, and you can feel bad for these people because their personality is that person who is fat. You know, they'll make fun of themselves, they'll hate themselves, and, you know, they'll enjoy themselves. And once again, this is my opinion, but they'll enjoy themselves until everyone's gone, lights are turned off in the bedroom, and they're just holding their 3 layers of fat right there, and they want to chop it off. I've looked at my stomach so many times as sharp objects, and I just think, would it hurt? How would it hurt that long? And if I do cut it off, I might bleed out, and that would mean I lose weight too, because blood, if I lose a lot of blood, I'll lose a lot of weight too. And you don't want that for somebody. You don't want that for a friend. And I think there's something empowering about losing. It's more empowering when you can take control of your unhealthy habits and hold them by the rein, and to make them, put them at rest enough for you to accomplish a weight loss goal. That's more empowering than surrounding yourself by people who gave up and now they're saying fat is beauty. Period. It's that simple. It's not hard to understand. It's that simple. It's powerful to know that you accomplished something and that you can accomplish it again. And I think that's something that needs to be talked about. And I congratulate Adele for losing weight. That's an incredible thing. It's an incredible thing. It's interesting to see someone who's so successful at music, at Grammys, at life, it seems like. But the fucking food, man. It's the one thing that holds him back. And it's sad to see, because I guarantee she eats in dark rooms. Even someone that famous still eats in shame. And I don't want you to eat in shame. And it comes off a little aggressive. But it comes off aggressive because I care. Like, I do. I care. I have friends who struggle so much with it, but I fucking care. You know, I've helped my parents because I care. I helped my sister because I care. I've helped friends because I care. I've helped clients because I care. Because I know how easy, that trap is so easy to start saying that you love it. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to let you guys go. Short episode, only like 32, 33 minutes. Once shit gets going again and we open back up the state, which is already happening. Ocean City was opened up this past weekend. I'm recording this on Saturday, so like 4 or 5 days before this podcast, before the 4 or 5 days, you guys are watching this 4 or 5 days earlier on Saturday, I did record this podcast on May 9th, I think. Everything's starting to open up. Once it opens up, creativity will start running. I mean, everyone is struggling with this, comedians, athletes, everyone's struggling. Neither one of those, just me. And I know you are too. Creativity is a lot harder at this time. It's not easy. You know, just kind of working with what I got here. And what I got is not much. Call of Duty, sleep, reading books, doing homework. And that's going to be over soon too. But if you guys are watching this on Apple, if you guys are listening to this on Apple, please leave a rating. We're almost to 65 written reviews. Thank you so much for that. If you guys leave it a 5-star rating and a written review, subscribe to Apple too. I never mentioned that. But on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in episode 87, I think, or 88. Peace out. Thank you so much. See you.